thank you very much for watching. Liam Hardy here today, another episode of Presenting Champions, and today I'm joined by not one but two fantastic promoters. Today we've got the promoters, creators and founders of Welsh Combat Series going to be talking about their upcoming show, first of all in December. Got a very exciting show coming up then, as well as another show coming up next year, bare knuckle boxing, the first legal sanctioned bare knuckle boxing show in Wales due to take place. We'll also be taking a look back at previous shows they've done. Also need to mention as well that Shaun is also the owner of the Gloves Are Off bare knuckle boxing promotion as well. And obviously many people will also know both Craig and Shaun as fighters because they both had great fighting careers in their own regard as well. So guys, that's enough of me talking about you in third person, just letting people know what's going on. Thank you for joining the show, guys. It's great to have you on this evening. It's awesome.
Thanks for having us, mate.
No worries at all, no worries at all. So, just getting into it from the beginning, like I was saying just now, this question sort of for both of you, so whoever wants to answer. Obviously, very exciting show coming up in December, not far away now. At the time of this interview, it's October, obviously. So, whoever wants to start, walk us through how the show is coming together, you know, how the matchmaking's going, and just how the process is going on the build-up to it, basically. That'd be a good place to start.
Well, the show's going amazing so far. We've got, I think, 16 or 17 matches confirmed now. We're looking to match maybe another 2 or 3. So we're going to aim for about 19, 20 bouts on the night. As ever, all the fights are going to be outstanding. Some proper wars on the Welsh Combat Series. What it is with this show, with our show, we haven't got a gym. We haven't got a pool of fighters. We literally just promote a show. So in the nicest way possible, I don't want this to sound horrible, but we don't really care who wins, if that makes sense. We haven't got a favourite who we, like a home fighter, we're bringing someone down or whatever. They're just all 50 matchups. They're great wars, every one of them. The 50-50 wars. And that'll be the same in December.
That's the thing. See, that's how they are always good fights. No matter if the boys who fighting have had 10 fights previously or they're novices, we match them according. So they very always put a spot on in weight, and the experience is spot on. Don't get me wrong, and sometimes someone by 2 fights, it can still be better than someone else by 2 fights, but you will see 9 out of 10, all our fights are very like to and fro, like.
Yeah.
Yeah, they are. They definitely are. Every fight is exciting, really. You know, I can second that 110%. Obviously, when I'm there doing the photos and everything and the filming, you know, you can't tell who's going to win. It's very exciting. So obviously, talking about the December show at the moment, there's a great lineup. I mean, I've been watching the posters coming through and everything like this. Now, are there particular fights that you're more excited about than others? And I don't want to play favourites because everyone who gets in that ring, they deserve respect, 110%. So I just want to put that in there. But there's got to be some guys, you know, as promoters, as matchmakers, and as obviously fighters yourselves, which we'll get to in a minute, ones that stand out for you as being, you know, special fights that you're looking forward to for the show type of thing.
You go first, Shaun?
Well, on this show coming up, the ones I'm looking forward to is Christian Evans and Liam Davis. That's going to be a cracker because obviously Christian's an experienced bare knuckle boxer anyway. Liam, he had a fight on, you heard of Gronda? Is it Russian or Polish or something?
Polish, yeah. I saw
He's got a chin, that lad. Do you know what I mean? He turned up to fight, so I think that is going to be one hell of a fight. That's for a Welsh title as well. So it's a big fight. They've both got big followings. So that's going to be, I think it's main event, isn't it, Craig?
Yeah, main event.
So it's going to be, well, there's a reason why it's going to be main event, do you know what I mean? And then another one is Tucker, Carl Reese, and Jamie Stokes. That'll be a good fight, that one. That'll be one to watch, honest. Hybrid as well.
Yeah, I'm the same. I'm looking forward to them 2 fights as well. There's another couple of good fights on it. Like I said, boys are not too experienced. Tell you what I'm looking forward to watching is that was Ice and Hapgood, only because they both proper game lads. Like neither of them are really experienced. One have had 1 fight, one have had 3 or 2 for us, but 1 previously. And there's not a lot of boxing ability with either of them. Really, it's just a good punch up, and they're both strong kids. So it's like that's one of them fights. It could be a cracker. Like
they're both come forward fighters, then just going to meet in the middle and go.
Yeah, they're going to go at it. They won't need a ring, a telephone box will do.
Yeah.
Say again?
I said they won't need a ring, a telephone box will do.
Yeah, too right, yeah. A ratchet strap around it.
Yeah.
That's it, 100%, 110%. Brilliant. So the another thing here, guys, I think will interest people getting into the inner workings of the show. Talking about matchmaking, how do you decide who you're going to match up as like in the hybrid fights with the the 4-ounce gloves versus the boxing fights type of thing? I mean, how do you make that choice when someone approaches you and they say, "I want to fight for you"? Obviously, you look at their records and stuff, but I think people will find this interesting because obviously fight fans don't see this side of it, if you get what I mean. I mean, fighters know about it, but people coming to the show don't. So how do you make that choice about like which side they're going to be on, because the shows are mixed, obviously?
We ask them.
It's always down to them. If they come to us and say, "I want to fight hybrid," etc., we do let them to have a bit of experience in maybe 1 or 2 boxing bouts, because there is a big difference when you're getting it with a 10-ounce glove or a 16-ounce glove to a 4-ounce MMA glove. Do you know what I mean? So it's nice to have a bit of boxing ability, obviously. So, but if they come to us and they say, basically it's their choice. If they want to fight hybrid, we'll find someone that they can fight hybrid with the same experience, same ways. As easy as that, really. Well, me and Craig, I speak to Craig more than my own wife. We're constantly talking to each other all day long about his matching. It's non-stop, isn't it, Craig? From 5 o'clock in the morning, we're both getting up early. 5 o'clock. Yeah. And then we're just talking about matching, talking about the show, and getting
all day tickets. All day, yeah.
All day, every day.
Yeah, that's the way. Well, I mean, it's a wonderful thing, though, the dedication you both obviously show to giving fighters these great opportunities, to showcase their talent and obviously to fight for you and basically to grow their abilities. It's an amazing thing.
We appreciate everyone that comes on the show. They can fight. Is that the promotion about? I personally think they're not as good as ours, anyone around here, because it's just a brilliant night out. I'd by everyone, speak to anyone. The comments we get on the Welsh Combat Cities page speaks for itself.
Yeah,
but they could choose to fight any promotion they wanted. They want to choose to fight for ours, which is brilliant. So we owe them the graft me and Shaun put in. We owe them that, like, to make the show a success. It's to be honest, some of these lads, this is what they're going to do, because they've missed, like, it's like the amateur shows in con clubs and labour clubs. They've gone to them, they've gone above that there, because like I had 3 professional fights in boxing. None of the shows as good as this one, and that ones we do. So like the experience, they're not gonna. A lot of these boys not gonna fight. Like Shaun's brother now doing really well as an amateur boxer. So he's a young lad. Some of these lads are never gonna go that route. So they're going straight to the element experience. They're fighting in a big venue with all the smoke and all the fire and all the extras you see, Liam.
Yeah, that's it.
That's for sure.
Yeah, that's it, Shaun. I mean, guys, the atmosphere is second to none, honestly. I mean, it's something, it's not just like the lights and all that type of stuff, it's the crowd and like the energy that you guys generate. It's electric, if you know what I mean. It's like you walk in and you can just feel it. But yeah, I mean, great opportunity for the fighters on many levels. Great quality of show. We'll come back to the atmosphere side of things now in a minute. But before we do, obviously, the Bare Knuckle show happening next year as well. This is very, very special because it's it's part of history, obviously happening in Wales. Like I mentioned at the beginning, the first proper, legal sanctioned show that we've Bare Knuckle show that we're going to have in Wales. So talk to us a little bit about that process, because the first thing I want to ask you, and again, I don't mind who goes first with this, guys. Was it difficult to push the licensing through? Because I know other promoters with Bare Knuckle boxing who've tried this in Wales, and they basically been told where to shove it. Like, they've been told to fuck off, depending on which. I won't get into the specifics, but depending on which council they've approached. So for you guys, obviously you got it through, and that's a big achievement in itself. I don't know how much you can say about this, but how was that process? I mean, was it hard? Was it easy? How did it go, type of thing?
Well, of course, we've done a few shows now down in Wales, and they can see the professionalism of the shows run. I mean, for instance, we have a professor of neuroscience, and he costs us more than what some shows will bring in normal medics. So I mean, there's no expense spared on it. So all the fighters, they're in good hands. And Chris Say and his team, I'll give him a shout out. like I say, the stuff they bring with them and the knowledge they've got is second to none. So they see how professional we run our shows. So we've done a few shows down there now. We've been speaking to Peter from the Welsh Sports Arena. He's a good lad. He's in touch with the council and the authorities down there, and we just basically put it to them: are we allowed to do a bare knuckle event, get the licence in? And we've had a few back and forth with the council, but eventually we got it through, and that's it really. We're good to go. Next year, March the 11th, will be the first bare knuckle show in Cardiff, the Vale Sports Arena, and it's going to be bouncing, to say the least.
I think that's another thing as well, like Shaun, with we were having the shows as well. When we were having in a big arena, it's not even trying to put on in a local club, a local pub. Like, I mean, it's all.
Yeah.
Like, people have seen the shows. It's a proper. They see, you see the doctors, the medical staff here we have there. It's a proper, fucking legitimate show. It's quality, isn't it?
Yeah.
So,
you go to some shows, you won't get a medical. This is thorough. You already seen it yourself, Liam. You've been there. It's thorough. They're not even allowed to celebrate in the ring until they've had a post check, an in-depth post check.
Like if we said, oh, let's do this in Cardiff in fucking local fucking conservative club, Shaun, council would have said, fuck off, probably, wouldn't they?
Yeah.
But the arena is that. I mean, like I said, all the medics we have, it's because of the level of the show, I honestly believe as well. That's what helped us get it, like get us a license.
Well, the level of the show has gone up from the first show at Nice. We grew like that, and it's mad.
The very next show, didn't we? The very next show, we grew it, didn't we?
We had 1,200 people on our second show. 1,200 people in attendance, and some of the folks were fucking amazing.
Oh yeah,
amazing. And the atmosphere on that show was bouncing as well. Every show is bouncing, but that one stood out for me. I've promoted 10 shows in Worcester, 11 shows, sorry. That's the best show. That was the best show I've ever done. Well, redone. It'd
be like it again. This one coming now in December.
This one coming to be big, yeah.
What we done? We filled the place, didn't we, Shaun? So right, we filled the place 12 people. And to be honest, it was a lot in it. Like it was a hard night's work for us, wasn't it? So what we done? We eased the capacity back. We lowered the capacity of the people we allowed in. So we cut it off about 500 people. But Peter said, you haven't got to do that. He said, fill it up again, not to 12, but so you can fill it to 1,000. So he said he gave us the green light too. We didn't know if we, to be honest, right, took the piss the first time. There was so many people there, wasn't it? It was so many people there. We didn't know if the venue was sound for that. But he said, yeah, it's sound. He said, fill it again. So we purposely, what we was doing, you know, Liam, you've been to them all. We put on between 10 and 12 fights, really. That's all. Because common sense tells you, doesn't it? The more fights you get, the more family members they got, the more friends they've got, the more people come. So if we put on more than 12, then we fucking stuck. We had people, more than 400 or 500 people want to come. So he's literally limited to 12 fights. Now, he said we can have more people there. And it's better for the fighters, man. They fight in front of 1,000 people. That's great. Do you know what I mean? So yeah. we can put out 17, 20 fights on, and again we'll have more people here, bigger buzz.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, it's good to give that a mention, guys. Obviously, big shout out to the Vale Sports Arena, Peter Griffiths as well. Amazing events he has there. But yeah, I mean, it's really good because the atmosphere of that show was incredible, which leads me to a question about looking back just for a minute before we sort of continue forward. Shaun, you said that was one of your proudest moments as a promoter, and you know, it was like one of your favourite shows type of thing. Funny enough, one of the questions I had here. Now, Craig, your thoughts on that? Out of the shows you've had so far, I mean, they've all been amazing. Well, I mean, I wasn't at the first one, but the ones I have done up until now, you know, they've all been amazing. Which one is your favourite? Like, which one are you most proud of? Is there like one more than the other type of thing?
Yeah, the same one. Welsh gone by series 2 as my favourite one. The same one Shaun's on about. Just because he said it was the atmosphere was electric down there. It always is. But that was something else. And we haven't replicated it since. And we said why we haven't replicated it because we were limited the capacity people to come watch. But it's like they feed off each other. The more the crowd's there, the more people get into it. It's like they feed off each other's energy. So now again, we'll put that many in again, and hopefully this time it'll be just as good as it was that one.
We've tried to do a few smaller shows as well in quick combatants to try and get a big pool of fighters, which has worked. But now we're spreading out to 4 a year again. So we've done probably 4 in the last 4 months out with Rock.
Yeah.
We smashed a few out quick time to get a big pool of fighters interested and just like lower the capacity to say 500 each show. But now we're going to just do 4 big ones. That's people. We've got a load of fighters interested now, which was our plan. And next year, 4 massive events all in Cardiff. Yeah, and this one will be a big one.
That was the problem. See, we had so much interest of people wanting to fight. We was only matching the 12 fights a show, roughly 12 thereabouts. So we had to put them out in quick succession because the shows, because we'd have these want to fight. We've matched 12, but it's still boys wanting to fight. So you had to put another one out a month and a half later to get these boys on because they all wanted to have a go. And I think everyone should have a partner at least once in their life. It's great. It's the best feeling I've ever experienced. So these boys who really want to do it, they're probably keen to have a go. Some of the lads are like 30 years old. They've never fought before. They took up training recently, and they're just loving it right now. So we got to give them the chance, give them the shot, like.
Yeah. Serious.
Hence the reason we banging them out quickly. But now we can put on 17 to maybe 20 fights. We haven't got to do that now. We can fill a card, fighters. So we're going to go, who want you next month, buddy? We can just go, there we are.
Yeah.
Sorry, bro. Can I say one thing as well on you? I've been asked this many times, don't know if I'm Shaun, since we announced the bare knuckle. People have asked me, is there going to be just bare knuckle box on it? No, it's not. It's going to be bare knuckle boxing, hybrid boxing, and glove boxing. And K1 has been on before. Anything we've had on the show previously will still be on now. All we're doing is adding bare knuckle boxing to our already successful show. We're not replacing anything. There's still be glove, because it's not for everyone, bare knuckle. So glove boxing, if people want to glove boxing, there's still going to be hybrid, there's still going to be bare knuckle. So yeah, just to clear that up for everyone, there's still going to be, the show we have now is going to be still the same, added bare knuckle fights.
We just call it Welsh Bare Knuckle Series. That's all we say. That's supposed to be our new logo. And we just call ourselves Welsh Bare Knuckle Boxing Series instead of Welsh Combat Series. This will be the last Welsh Combat Series under that banner. And then it'll be Welsh BKB Series.
I love it.
Still with glove boxing and a hybrid boxing. I can't express that enough. You haven't got to turn up and take gloves off, everyone. It's still the same as it was.
Yeah. Oh, that's good to clarify that. Because people can't always get their heads around it. So you heard it first, everyone. Mix of everything. That's very, very important. Now, you touched on something there, Craig, that I think is really important for both of you. And this might seem kind of obvious to you, but obviously you're both fighters yourselves. And a lot of promoters are not at the end of the day, right? I'm not knocking anybody. There's some great promoters out there. But do you guys feel that, being fighters yourself, being in the ring, being experienced, gives you a different edge in understanding the needs of fighters, if you get what I mean with this, in a different way that maybe promoters who've never boxed and that type of thing, they wouldn't have, if you get what I mean with this side of it?
100%. I personally think, it sets me and Shaun apart to some other promoters. You said some great promoters that we would ever fought, but there's still, I know, and Shaun knows, every bit of feeling that fighter's going through in the lead up to the fight, as in regards to they got a diet, they cut weight, and the training they got to put in, the nerves they feel in the run up to the fight, the nerves they feel on the day, everything. Like we speak to them, me and Shaun, like I'm a fighter to speak to them because we've experienced it. I've been in the ring, I've given out arm rings, I've taken arm rings, I've won close fights, I've lost close fights. Anything them boys are going to experience in that ring and that night, I've already experienced it, and so has Shaun. So we can relate to them. I think a lot of them are, like, they've been more open to that as well. They understand that, like, I'm a fighter, Shaun's a fighter, so they understand. We know exactly what they're going through, and as far as I've seen some shows, mismatches, absolute fucking drummings, because the boys shouldn't be in the ring together. I wouldn't do that because I've lost fights because the boys been a bit level too good for me. I beat them boys who's not quite my level, and for fuck is that was pointless. So we know, me and Shaun know every part of fighting we know, don't we, mate?
Well, you're a lot more experienced than me. I've only had a handful of kickboxing fights, but still, I know what you're trying to say. Yeah, Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
They relate to us because they know we've been in the ring ourselves, and they have that little bit more of a bond, don't they? We can talk to them.
Of course, I train some of the boys. Shaun said we haven't got a gym. We haven't got a pool of fighters. We haven't got a gym yet. I'm in the process. I put on Facebook the other day looking for a place tonight. I'm in the process of finding somewhere. I'm going to find somewhere. I'm going to open a gym. Literally be to train some of these boys. That's all it'll be for. I still be doing my full-time job and stuff. I'm still training myself.
Yeah.
So I'll literally be going there to train the boys, do classes with boys. So if I can help them that way as well, you know.
Yeah, very much. And it's something that really sort of stands out to me, if you get what I mean, doing the photos and things for the shows. Is obviously both of you now, you know, your passion for the shows, how much you care about the fighters and all that type of thing. But the fact you know where they're coming from, and Shaun, that's just as much for you, mate. I know you're very humble about like what you've achieved in the ring, but you know you still know what it's like, and you still know it from their point of view. So it's an important thing to touch on, that is, in all fairness. Now, obviously, we've also talked about, because moving into the last couple of things now and everything like that, we've also talked about people approaching you for fights and all this type of thing. If people want to get in touch for fights, I know this is sort of going to be a kind of obvious question for you guys, but I'm still going to put it in. People want to fight for you. How do they get in touch? What's the best way to reach out?
Well, we're both on Facebook. Shaun Seery, Craig Rocky Morgan. They can contact the Welsh Combat Series page. Obviously, we can get DM through there. Just reach out. We're always looking for new fighters. Ideally, South Wales based. Yeah, whether you've got no experience, whether you're experienced, get in touch, and we can, if you're interested in fighting for us, we can sort something out, no problem. Whether that's kickboxing, boxing, whether you want to fight 4 rounds or bare knuckle in the future, because that's only around the corner for us. So we have had MMA as well, haven't we? We had Eric in
Eric Reese.
What was his name? The big lad, Reese. So we could potentially have more MMA on. I'd be up for that. So whatever they want to fight in, we can accommodate for.
Yeah, another thing as well, Mike. Like being actor now, we discussed this being shown out, right? Some of the boys, we like them to have a glove fight before they go into hybrid. Not all of them, because some of the boys I know have done a lot of training. If they haven't fought, they've done a lot of good bit of training, so we can kind of gauge them on that. We know a lot of the boys personally, Shaun, don't we?
Yeah.
But with a bit like if you fought before somewhere, sound. If you fought at our shows before, sound. Jumping a bit like if you want. We're not going to be looking to put people straight into bit like a fight, man. Straight off the street, no way, because it's different level. It's dangerous, more dangerous again. Hybrid, you can cut worse. Well, look at me, my last fight, got cut to the skull, and I'm an experienced fighter. Imagine someone in there who's not too clued up could walk onto something. I mean, it can hurt them. So we don't want boys jumping straight into the bin like that, do we?
No.
Unless they've done something before, like I did for Shaun. But I did nearly 100 fights in my amateur professional thing. But
they've got to have some level of combat experience to be going jumping.
If you can prove you have had sound, that is, or if you fought for us, sound. But other than that, we won't be putting people straight in the bin like that.
Oh, so we know some lads that have been in the gym all their lives. Although they've never had a fight, they've been in the MMA gyms or they've been training for like 6-7 years, but they just never got in the ring. Yeah. So these lads that come straight over, but we know who they are.
Yeah.
He's well known in Wales. Also, I don't live in Wales, but he knows the majority of the fighters.
Luke Chubb's one now. Luke Chubb, he's been in and around the gym for years. He had a hybrid, not boxing, because I knew the league. I knew his level was above the level of some random coming off the street. You know,
well, he didn't come in erratic like you'd think because it was his first fight. He was there, because he's been in the gym all his life.
Exactly.
Found it like.
Yeah, loads. There was a few boys like that, like so.
Yeah.
We got excited live you as well. Around there. Like I know a lot of the boys on a personal level. Like I know them properly, so I know what they've done. So some of them, even around you boys, you can't come and bullshit me and tell me we've done stuff because I know if you have or not. Like
Rocky just tell them to fuck off anyway if they start bullshitting.
Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, you're bound to get a bit of that, but no, I mean that's a class thing to say, because at the end of the day, jumping straight into bare knuckle, I have been around some shows. I'm not going to mention any names where people do jump straight into it, and as well as cuts and things like that. I've heard of people having some bad hand damage, because they don't know how to punch the right way in the wrists and all
Yeah,
this.
that's another one. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's just
Spot on.
not, it's not good for the long. Like if you want to have a more of a career doing this, is sort of build up to it first. Don't just jump straight in there.
What
I'm with you.
would advise someone if they wanted to do bare knuckle, when they were thinking of it, have a hybrid first.
Yeah, that's
If it's not a hybrid, you're not going to like bare knuckle.
no.
I mean, or bare knuckle, Craig has. I would like to be with one of them, personally.
Yeah.
So I mean, if I was going to do it, I'd try the hybrid first.
Yeah.
So it's a good stepping stone as well. You got it all on there. You can work your way, start boxing, then into hybrid, then into the bare knuckle.
Dip your toe in the water, lads. Don't go fucking diving head first. That's the message you all like. If you haven't done anything before, don't jump in with no gloves on.
Absolutely, yeah.
Because a lot of time as well, you see boys with experience. They'll jump in and the gloves will come off and they fucking head seem to go. They don't box.
Yeah.
So that's boys who've had a feel like. So
yeah.
I've seen that as well, where it's basically drops down a level and it's like a street fight or something.
Yeah.
You see
It changes, doesn't it? The street fight, especially when the gloves are off, and as soon as the gloves come off, their fighting style changes dramatically.
Yeah.
Dramatically.
I've seen that a lot as well, and they just start like windmilling and it just all goes out the window, and it's not good. It is not good. But Shaun, you mentioned something there that I think is really good to talk about as well, about the hybrid being a stepping stone for bare knuckle. Now,
boys, I have to walk upstairs, man, right, while I'm on here because the battery's run out.
Yeah, no worries. No worries. But yeah, you mentioned about that with the hybrid and that being a good stepping stone. Obviously, you have some good fighter loyalty. I mean, I've seen some people across different shows have fought like a few times. Some people say
Fucking stairs, eh?
Don't break anything now. You've got more big fights out there. You don't want to break nothing.
They broke my fucking toes, yeah. I stepped on a step. Look at this, and I went.
Yeah. It's easily done. But how do you guys feel about like people? So, for example, we've had somebody like Corey Healy type of thing. Obviously, won the title. Recently, he's had a couple of hybrid fights. He's now I think he's been signed by BKB. Got a fight coming up with them, type of thing. Obviously, you're giving some fighters opportunities to fight for in cases other shows, but they never would have had that opportunity in a million years if they hadn't fought for you, type of thing. Now, how do you feel about giving people those sorts of opportunities at the end of the day? Because obviously, fighting for you guys, people have some great experience, like fighting in front of 1,000 people, fighting on a very, very professional show and everything they would never have. And obviously, some of those people then do leapfrog into other promotions and things. Not so much from the fighter loyalty point of view, because I'm sure those guys would come back and fight for you again, but just from giving them an opportunity they never would have had, if you get what I mean with this. How do you guys feel about that side of things?
Well, basically about lads going to other promotions.
Well, yeah, but like, I mean...
building them up, he means.
Building them up. Well, it's good, really, isn't it? I mean, if we can do that for them, that's amazing. That's amazing, like. But as for them going to other promotions, we've got no issues with that. No issues whatsoever. We never try and tell the fighters what they got to do or where they got to go.
No.
It's always nice to start with us, yeah, of course.
Well, no, that's what I mean, Shaun. Just to cut in there, I mean it more from the positive side, because you've obviously got fighter loyalty, because I've seen a whole bunch of people on like different shows,
Yeah.
More from the point of view that it's great for fighters out there who are thinking of fighting for you guys, because then obviously, as well as fighting for you, they can get experience they never would have had, and then they can sort of springboard from that into like a different promotion, or if you get what I mean, like what Craig was saying, building them up. And I just
it happened to me. Happened to me when the gloves are off. I had 2 fights to Shaun, the gloves are off. And then Jim messaged me about going over them. I spoke to Shaun about it. He said, yeah, obviously, like, do it, like, best thing for you. Because I'm a loyal person. Like I said to Shaun, look, Jim's off me. I told Jody Seery night. So I'm going to go over this. I went a belt on Shaun's show. He said, yeah, of course, I don't blame me.
It's a no-brainer. I know the gloves are off was a lot smaller than BKB. I'm not a thicko. So for Craig to progress onto that was good for me and my show as well, because
stepping stone.
It's a stepping stone. Do you know what I mean? So Craig had to do that because I knew he'd dominate over there as well.
Yeah.
And a few of the boys have done that as well. I feel like Bo Besley, who's with the Welsh Combat Series, Johnny Jones.
Liam.
War is going on.
Liam,
Who?
I thought is Liam Wilson, who I fought in your show. He's gone on to BKFC now.
Oh yeah, Liam Wilson, yeah, and all that cops and stuff. He's like, yeah, he's fighting all the time, isn't he?
Yeah.
There's loads of lads that have progressed from these shows, yeah.
Yeah. Well, this is it, guys. I mean, this is all I was getting at. I mean, like I say, doing an interview the other day with Corey. Like, he loves fighting for you guys to no end.
He's a good lad, Corey. I got a lot of time for that. He's a nice boy.
Yeah.
Yeah, he is. Got a heart of gold and everything. But obviously, he was buzzing about like being signed with BKB as well, and just things like that situation. I mean, this is the other thing. I mean, I just think it's a great thing for fighters, and I'm just putting this in the video so the fighters out there know that when they fight for you, as well as having amazing opportunities with both of you, like I was saying, to get crazy exposure, fight in front of big crowds, everything. They've also got the opportunity to get known and get out there with different promoters as well. So brilliant. So moving into the last couple of things then, before I sort of take up too much time out of your evening, guys. Obviously, we've talked about the December show. We've talked about the show, the Bare Knuckle show in March. Now, obviously, I just want to touch on where you guys see Welsh Combat Series going beyond that. Now, I know we don't want to look too far ahead because we've got two massive shows coming up. Shaun, you mentioned about doing four big shows and everything. Over the next year or so, roughly, or however long, where do you see Welsh Combat Series being? Obviously, it won't be Welsh Combat Series anymore, by the way, just to put that in there. Obviously, it'll be the BKB series. But where will it be? Because from your first show, you've grown massively, and like the fighter pool, the crowds, the production, everything. So you map that forward like another, I don't know, like another year or something. What's your vision for how big it can be in the long run?
Well, look at where we've come. We've been doing this promotion just over a year.
Yeah.
Just over a year from our first show. And we have taken off in South Wales. I think everybody knows about Welsh Combat Series in South Wales. Got to be one of, if not the biggest promotion in South Wales. What did you say, Rock?
Biggest, I'd say. Might sound arrogant, which is my Shaun show.
Yeah.
But I speak the truth, I speak what I believe. And please or offend other promoters, our show is the biggest, I reckon. I honestly do like.
And that's just the feedback we get as well. So once we bring the bare knuckle in as well, it's going to take off. It's going to go massive, I predict. Obviously, we're at the Vale at the minute. Who knows? One day we might outgrow the Vale.
Exactly. You can't foresee it. We didn't know that Nice, we outgrew Nice more or less in our first show. So we cut it back. We haven't been back to Nice since because we limited the fights. We could have done all these shows, 70 to 20 fights. All of them we could have done. Yeah. If we put a bit more time between them. We literally turn them out quick, keep small, like less fights on, and then we get everyone in. But we could have been outgrown at Nice every show we could have outsold that place. But me and Shaun, when we realised we did, we rolled with it, and we spoke to yourself, you put me in touch with Peter, and we move on to the Vale. If one day we outgrow the Vale, me and Shaun will roll with it. We'll find a new venue.
That's it.
We're both quite, because like you said, we're mates, me and Shaun, huh? We're mates as well as business partners, so it's not hard, we don't always talk about Welsh Combat Series, but we talk about training or random stuff with pals as well. So it's not as if
it's how it's something.
It's constantly. So like I get called fucking a short ass board at least fucking 3 times a day by him anyway. But so it's like that's another thing.
Have I broke up because you broke up?
What's that? Sorry.
No, you're all right.
What's happened here?
Because we like you said, we talk a lot. We can, if something happens, we can change it more or less on a whim, like on a day. So it was like fucking hell, Shaun. It's too big now for the Vale. We'd both be on the case straight away, and we'd find a new venue. Truth be told, but we do like the Vale at the minute, so
it works. You don't need to change anything at the minute. You know what I mean? At the Vale, it's going brilliantly. It's a massive capacity there. We can get 1,000 people in there. So at the minute, we're comfortable there. Definitely, we've got 4 shows there, all booked in next year. I can't remember the dates. I haven't got them written in front of me, but March 11th, the first one. I can't remember the date. Can you, Rock?
Nah, I can't. The top man. No, I go away for.
Like I said, I think next year every single show we'll fill that capacity, no problem.
Yeah, Down the Vale, everything works. Like I give a shout out to Brendan Lyons, the Lions Den security team.
Yeah.
Best security team I've ever seen. They work down the Vale with us.
By far.
Brilliant. They work down the Vale with us. We've got it. It's perfect down the Vale so far. Everything works perfect. Brendan's down there quite often with Peter and his team, so they know the layout. They know everything down there. Do you know what I mean? That's easier for them boys to run the door because they know the place inside out. Everything down the Vale for us works spot on. So unless it's a case of right, Joe, we have to move elsewhere. We're not looking to go anywhere.
Just growing bigger. Yeah.
But until then, we're not looking to go anywhere in a hurry.
Yeah. We're not going to run before we can walk, you know what I mean?
Yeah. So we're happy, hopefully, to stay at the Vale for the foreseeable future.
Yeah.
So we see ourselves still in the Vale probably middle of the year because it's cushy there for us.
Yeah, well, that's it. I mean, it works and the crowds love it and everything's good about it. So I get that. Now, last thing really to touch on here, guys, because we've gone into some good stuff, and obviously for people's attention spans, I don't want it to be too long. So, the last thing for both of you, Craig, you mentioned there about Brendan. Big shout out to Brendan Lyons as well. Great guy, amazing team. All the boys there. Other people you'd like to thank who basically support the shows. Obviously we've mentioned about thanking the fighters. Probably thanking the fans is good, but just other people who've helped out with being involved, because people see an interview, they always want a little shout out, and at the end of the day, it is a team effort to make these things happen. So yeah, just the last question for the evening is just thank yous for anybody you'd like to
thank. Can I go first in this one? I got to thank firstly Hannah, my wife, and Lisa, Shaun's wife. They are the backbone of this show, mate. Honest to God, they're the ones outside in the cold collecting tickets and everything. But they're good as gold, mate. It'd be hard, a lot harder.
They deal with us stressing every day.
Every day. Shaun's brother, Shaun's daughters, they all help. They're all fantastic. My brother's come down, helped. Everyone has helped. Everyone has helped. Behind the scenes, a massive thank you from me to you.
Yeah. Also, like Chris say, his medical team, I've had him on every single show I've ever done. I wouldn't go anywhere else. Absolutely amazing. My car professor in neuroscience. Sheppy, our MC.
Oh, Sheppy, yeah. Big massive thank you, Sheppy. He's fucking brilliant on that microphone, isn't he?
Yeah. Obviously, we've had Roger Roy, the ref, before as well, so thanks to him. But we've got Matt Kirby, the ref. Even does a bit of singing as well. Who else is there, Rock? I hate it when I leave people out, and you always do, don't you, when you're saying these thank yous?
Yeah, you're on the spot.
Everyone knows who they are. Everyone who helps us, they know that we're very grateful and thankful for everything.
And the other people we use for the promotional side of it, like all the technology side of it, them.
Protex. Dave, was it named Dave last time who helped us out?
Yeah. Your mate from Worcester, this one.
Massimo's doing this one, yeah.
The guy comes down with the ring. There's so many people to thank, like. It's,
all the fighters and the fans as well for sticking with the Welsh Combat Series and making it grow to where it is now. Because without the fighters and fans, and all
the fighters' misses for letting them fight, because my missus gets fucking stressed with me having a fight or a live fight in camps and dieting. She hates it. So I guarantee, unless these blokes are different than me, they're probably not. Their missus has a fucking year bashing for weeks too. So thank you to all the fighters' misses and families.
Yeah, too right.
That's a good one. Yeah,
right. We're looking for as well, mate. We made a mention now, showing on you. Is we haven't got a sponsor as well. For a show so big,
no one's got a sponsor. It's mad.
But the other day, someone put a post on the Welsh Combat Series. 25 shares. It's having thousands and thousands and thousands of eyes on it every day, and we haven't got a sponsor. Mental.
Oh, never.
I know. I mean, it's not just the actual show itself on the day. Like Rocky just said, the shares and the views, it's all round South Wales. When people are on about Welsh Combat Series, it's all round South Wales. So
constantly,
any businesses that do want to get their business out there, the best thing to do is get in touch. So we'll get you all over South Wales.
Another thing as well with that, we haven't got any. We've got a single sponsor at the minute. So it's not as if one person or two people, one company, two companies, we get lost amongst all our sponsors. You'd have it all to yourselves, and we got nobody.
Yeah, that's
So
amazing.
any sponsors, get in touch. Anyone that wants to fight on December shows, so we've got a few spaces if you want to fight December. March, just get in touch with us, either me or Rocky, or the Welsh Combat Series page, and we can source them out. Always looking for fighters, always looking for sponsors. Yeah, get in touch.
Yeah, I second that. Get in touch. Anybody, any local businesses, anyone who could contribute in any way, 110%. Well, guys, it's been an amazing talk this evening. It's been amazing to do this interview. Obviously, you guys know I love being the official photographer for
Hey,
the show.
thank you as well, Liam. We were saying all
Yeah, oh
these
yeah,
thanks.
massive thank you, Julian. I forgot
Hey,
you because you sat in front of us.
Yeah,
Sorry,
no,
mate.
yeah.
hey, I know
You
that,
would
guys.
be doing a good job. You got that in it. And otherwise, the next time when you got a picture of us, you'd be doing fucking glasses on them and tashes and stuff, you know?
No, I know. Honestly, guys, I know that because you've said to me before about how you love the photos and stuff and the kind words and everything, and it stayed with me. But at the end of the day, I just love it because you guys are amazing to work with. I consider you both mates as well. Like
Yeah, of
what
course, yeah.
Definitely.
it's not just a business thing, But honestly, the quality of the shows, I look forward to them every single time. And it's not true of every show I do. I mean, I do some good shows, but with you guys, it's like a family atmosphere. It's like you know everybody, and there's loads of mates
It
there, and
is.
it's
The Welsh
brilliant.
Combat Series, it is a big family. It is.
That's the thing, see, you said about mates, right? It is run by a load of mates, really. Like me and him are pals, we pals with you. Your Brendan's team is security. I know them all, I grew up with most of them. So everyone's mates, everyone down here is all mates, like.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's it. Yeah, I mean that's what's great about the shows. And and I'll say thank you as well to my dad Nick who does the filming with the fights as well.
Yeah,
My dad,
thanks to your dad as well.
Yeah,
That comes along, yeah.
he's cracking, man, as well. He's always here. Brilliant.
yeah, he always does a good job. And what he's like. He keeps a profile and everything. But he enjoys the shows a lot as well. So thank you. So I say thank you to him because obviously if it was just me doing it, I couldn't do the filming and the photos and everything. So us working as a team is really good. But no, I mean the future is bright, guys. The future is very very bright. The shows are getting bigger and better every single time. Amazing opportunities for the fighters, and I hope that today people get a feel for what's going on behind the scenes and how it all works and everything, and just how exciting these up and coming shows are going to be. So I just want to say a big thank you for coming on, and a big thank you for basically being open books, if you get what I mean, just sharing everything.
Yeah.
It's fun. It's been good.
Thanks for having us, Liam. You're a top
Yeah,
man,
thanks for
gentlemen.
asking
Thank
for
you.
fun, mate.
Thank you very much for watching. Please subscribe to the Simply Inspired YouTube channel, and there'll be more videos coming soon.